welcome to Gold Bay Lakes. I'm on the Middle Lake today and the match has just started and I just need to feed some pellets. I'll run through the rigs in a second as I get fishing. I do just need to put some bait on this 13-metre line. We'll start with this rig and then we get fishing. I'll talk about some other bits. 017 to 013 RW 4B12. I've got a little bulk, one number 10 dropper and a band. I'm fishing 6mm pellet today on the hook, and I'm gonna fish this on a top kit +1, which I need to sort out. I'm gonna fish with 2 mils in the pot, and then once I've done all this, that doesn't sound very nice, we'll get fishing. After a couple of days on the river of not catching too much, if you follow my antics regularly, you'll see that I was on the Trent last weekend for the Riverfest final. Had a great, fantastic time in terms of the event and stuff, but I didn't catch too much. You can see that on the video that I've got up on my page. And then I was due to fish the Thames Festival this week. I will put another shot on there. And unfortunately, after day one, we got rained off. Because of all the rain we had, the river's flooded and made it unsafe to fish. So that's unfortunately been cancelled for this year. Plan today is start short. I've got an edge line down to my left. I won't feed it just yet. And I've got a line at 13 metres and a bomb line, and I'll start pinging that shortly. So I'll catch some F1s short, some F1s down the edge. I'm going to end up on 13 metres, I think, on some pellets, maybe some fish on the bomb, and then I've got a carp rig down the left hand side. I'll put some corn down there in the last hour and look to turn that into carp. So that's sort of the plan. I've not fished the Middle Lake for ages. So I'm out of practice for sure, but I'm expecting to catch here today. The sun's out, we've had a lot of rain, the venue's not flooded, it's got good water drainage here, so they're able to manage the levels in the lakes quite successfully. The only thing I think is maybe the cold water going in would have put the fish off a little bit, but you know, they're F1s, so I think they'll be pretty resilient to that change. Maybe the carp will be a bit more moody, but let's see. For those regular viewers, there's the clicker ready to go. It's part of my commitment, I guess, to everybody. I said that I would get a clicker once I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I've got over that in the last couple of days, so thanks everyone for that. I really appreciate it. It's great for visibility of the channel and some live fishing on TV for free, so thanks everyone for that. I've got 4 lines I'm going to fish and feed today. I could have set up a line to my right as well. I could have done that. I've chosen not to. Sorry, I've got enough to deal with, but I was expecting to catch short to start with. Give it a bit longer. Oh. That's a tiny little bite. see that, can you? Just rolled over on it. Right, there we go. Blank's done. There we go. First F1. And I'll give myself 2 on my new clicker. Wow, look at that. Most of the angling fraternity is disgusted that I've just bought a clicker and not been using one for years, but that's the way it goes. Right, let's get some 8mm out there. Oh, what time is it? 20 past. Bigger F1, isn't it? She's determined to jump out that net. Okay, it's worth 3, I reckon. Four's gone. Give me £2 for these. I'm not sure if they're quite £2, but I can't click half a pound, so £2 it is. Oh, look at little bubbles just popped up by the float. Signs there's some F1s down there. I think what I'll do is, because I've had a few fish now, the next pot I'll just put a few little 4mm in it and some 2mm. What I keep finding on this venue is I keep fishing with 2mm and then I think what happens is they scatter them too much around the peg, and then the bites just peter out. And if I'd have maybe put some 4 mils in earlier, then I could have kept the fish in the peg for a bit longer, or in a tight enough group so I can actually hook them. That's what I kind of mean. Still some bubbles coming up, so there's definitely fish down there, but I'm not sure they're... This is really viable. It's taking too long to get a bite, I think. Alright, Med says it's too long, so I'm going to come off it. I'm just going to put a little bit of ground bait down to my left. Just fishing it on a top kit today, right where the sun is. It's not very convenient. I'll just start chucking some maggots down there, and I'll have a look on the long line on the pole. Same again, just going to go out with a 6mm pellet. I've already fed it, so let's just get out there and see if there's any fish. Sitting there waiting. I've got to break down twice, which is a bit unfortunate. I've got too many cars driving around behind me today for me to happily put the pole roller all the way behind me, so it's a little bit inconvenient. Right, if I turn that like that, you should have a good view. He says. So when have I gone on this? I've gone on this at 1:45. Right. Okay, that was a foul at carp. By the look of that. That's the sort of speed of reaction that I'm looking for a bite though. Get back out there. I'll put some more pellets on that long line. I think what might happen is I end up sitting on the long line, feeding up the pole line, and then come and nick a couple and then be back off it and refeed it again, that type of thing. So I've now got to think about feeding my left hand line down the edge with some maggots. Feeding fish on the pole line. Twist that. Mount, sorry, there you go. Hopefully that's a much better picture. And keeping all 3 lines going now. I wonder if that was bouncing around like a jigger. Nice little mirror. Lovely little fish, look. Another 3 for you. So, right, what's the time? Just coming up to 12 o'clock. Got £10 on the clicker. I've caught a few fish short. I've just gone long. Fouled up to carp, I think, straight away, and then I've just had a little baby carp, about £3. I've started feeding my edge to the left, and I'm also feeding 8 mils long. So I fancy a fish on the bomb today. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep fishing this long line for a little bit. Actually, better keep this going all day, really. And once I've had a little bit longer, I'll go down on the left hand edge and see if there's any fish down there. I'm just going to chuck some, I'm chucking maggots down there. I've potted some ground bait, and that's what I'm going to fish down that left hand side. Just trying to work out if I put the bait in and then fish come rushing into the peg when they smell the 2 mils, or whether what I think what's going on is there's just fish milling around in the area, and the bait goes in, and then, you know, eventually they come along and find it. Just keep feeding down that left hand side, keep chucking more maggots. There's either 2 things that are going to happen, which is, one, it's going to attract some fish in, and, you know, when I go down there I'm going to get a bite straight away, or the maggots are just going to crawl away into the silt or out the peg or somewhere else. It's the joy about feeding maggots. You can just keep chucking them in, and it can't really have a negative effect on the peg. For those that don't know this peg on the Middle Lake, there used to be an island on the right hand side just to the right of me, and it probably goes from my top 6, goes all the way out to that floating thing you can see over there. So as I'm at this depth here, it shallows up to my right hand side, so I'm fishing off the island into the deeper water. It shallows right up to my right hand side, maybe another foot or something, maybe more than a foot shallower. And then to my right, what you sort of get is this channel, this deeper channel. So it's deeper to my right here, then you go further out and then it shallows up when you hit the island and go up. That might be foul. That was a tiny little bite, and then the float popped up again as I was striking. Yeah, foul it. And there's the scale as the proof. Let's see if there's any fish down this left hand edge. Right, come on. I need it solid with F1s. You might have one. Oh dear. Feel that bomb line coming on. Right, well, my answer of is that solid with F1s down that left-hand edge is clear. The answer is no. So I will check the bomb out for a second. Trusty bomb rod, 3/4 of an ounce, 0.19 hook length, 8mm ringer's pellet. I'm just going over the top of fishery, a fishery 8mm. Right, a few pellets, a few more pellets. Lob it over the top. It's funny, having fished the river, old 12-inch hook length doesn't really seem like a hook length. So it's a good spot in the video to say I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're what am I saying? It's a good spot in the video to say I hope you're enjoying it. If you're not subscribed, if you consider hitting that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. It helps with the visibility of the channel, helps bring my content to more people, so that you know that's cool. And if you are a subscriber already, then hit the thumbs up button for everyone, actually, if you're enjoying it. And that's that's broken me off on the bike. Whoa. Okay. Just that about. Went solid and then came off. Hope that looks alright. That's the way that bite developed then. One that wants to just go careering through my edge line. Thanks very much. Right, I've just seen closer to the bank to the left, what I thought was the side of a fish as well. So yeah, now the dirt's kicked up. Now that's nowhere near where I've put the bait. I wonder if they're just That's a bite. The problems you have when you fish in the open water like this is that the fish can come from all angles and bash your float and things, and really you want to be as tight as you can to the bank, but I didn't like the look of it. I can't remember why now when I plumbed it up this morning. Big swell there, look. Spooked something. Just gonna drop a tiny little ball of ground bait. Got bits of corn right there. Straight over it. There's fish there, they've kicked the dirt up again. What I was hoping for was that just putting that bait in and then following it down straight away was going to get me a fish. I've just had a bite there. Let's get back down here. Maybe the roach just struggling to get that size 10 hook in their mouth. Now that's either foul hooked or hooked, not sure, one of the two, but I'm going to put that on there. Could be in for a quick carp here. That's come back, so it's foul hooked. What was that? A tree I was pulling out? Oh, that's a bit of a mess. I think there's a tree that's sticking out. I'm going to keep doing it though, it's fun. I've got an hour of getting frustrated, not hooking any carp down the edge. That's hooked. You go out there. That's it. That's it. Go out there a little bit. Get away from that tree, and then I'll ship you straight back in and net you. You get some water in your mouth. There you go, air in your mouth. Right. That's what we want, isn't it? Nice lick to the top lip. There we go. That's the bite. Oh! Oof. Another one kicking out the dirt. It's funny, like when they're like this, you can just keep feeding on top of their heads, and they just keep feeding and feeding and feeding. They just don't care. But you've got to have your. Oh, again. I know what happened this morning when I plumbed it up. It was horrible, and that's why I thought I'd just fish there on a top kit with the intention of catching F1s or maggots, and not really ending up with a load of carp down there. And what I've done is I've drawn a load of carp in, and I'm away from the bank, and it's horrible bottom, and that's what's causing all these issues. Right, that was good fun. I enjoyed that. So after a little bit of fishing on the rivers, it's reminded me what not to do on a lake. I think this won't get made into a video, this session today. Maybe I'll make a little video out of it of how not to fish down the edge. So we've got, what have I got? Quarter of an hour left. Just a little summary of my match, just in case I do publish the video. I started short on pellets, 6 mil on the band and 2 mils in the pot. I had 3 fish out there, I think it was. I didn't think I was catching quick enough. That probably took about 30 minutes for those 3 fish. I then went out on a 13 meter line. I had some fish there. I again didn't think I was catching quick enough. I tried in the edge with maggots, and I went on the bomb. And I had a few fish on the bomb, a few F1s. I think I probably got 20 pound of F1s in total. And then I fed ground bait down the left hand edge, and within about 5 minutes, I think it was, I'd fished down the edge. Unfortunately, what's going on down that left hand edge is I'm on a little flat bit, but there's a bit of a log that I've hooked once, and it's sort of in the way, and all around the edges is rocks. So what's happening is the fish are coming in, they're not able to feed properly on the bottom. They're coming in at weird angles, and I'm foul hooking them. I'm not actually hooking the fish, because they go out and then the hook pulls. What's happening is they're just getting caught with the line on their fins. So I think I've had 1 fish that I've hooked and got out, and I think it's 7 or 8 where the line's got caught on them. It's a really good example of how not to fish down the edge. What I should have been doing, and I can't do it here. I should have plumbed up to the right and had a look, but you've got to come tighter into the bank. If you fish out from the bank, then all that's going to happen is the fish will come in they'll come behind your rig, and they'll waft your bait around. And instead of it being in a nice tight little circle, it spreads out over a big area, and you get fish at all different places, at all different angles, and then that's where you start getting these liners and the rig moves, and that's exactly what's happened down there. that needs to be the bank, and that float needs to be tight as it can be against the bank, so fish can't get behind it. So when your rig's there and the fish comes in here, this is only really what's going to happen, right? The fish are going to have their mouths near the bait, and not what's going on for me, which I should be able to show if I do that, is the fish are coming around and it's this way and that way, and there's fins going all over the place. Just a good example of what to watch out for. Yes, fish have come in, yes, I've caught one, but I've wasted an hour and a half down there maybe, just getting frustrated, just through the process. Carp, what are you? Bit of left one. Right, there we go. Now I've got to weigh people in today, so I need to be pretty rapid. I'll quickly just go through that though. It's a black hydro, it's a 0.3 drill and crystal, 021 bulk dropper, 019 to a size 10 MWG. It would ideally be a 12. I didn't have any. I had to make the rig this morning. The short rig, white hydro, 017 to an RW 4B12. Same again, bulk, some just tuning shots. One number 10 dropper, that's down to a I converted that's now on a maggot on a size 18, but before it was an 18 with a bait band on it. And then which is pretty much this rig, which is a RW 4B14. Same again, 017, 013 down to a band, a 6mm pellet. And then just again the bomb rig, 8 pound ST, 3/4 of an ounce or 2/3 of an ounce bomb from Guru Speed Bead 019 to a size 12 QM1 with an banded 8mm. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a just get back to catch some fish stream. As I say, I got £30 on my £31 on my clicker. Let's see how good it is. So anyway, that's it. I will catch you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. Go and watch my I qualified for Riverfest. It's a much better video. And I'll catch you on a live stream soon. Okay, right. Hit some buttons and I'll catch you on the next one. Ta-da.